Alright, so we got a different video today and we're going to be documenting my journey of fixing a arcade cabinet that was used at an after school care building for my nephews. And apparently it is broken on one of these joysticks. And I don't mean just the joystick coming off. I'm sure it means like the joystick itself just doesn't work properly. So we're trying to fix this thing, and the first thing we gotta do is see if it actually turns on and see what the problems actually are. Now I don't know who made this arcade cabinet. It's all part of what we're going to be learning about and what we need to do. So plug it in, turn it on, and hopefully it just works. So far nothing's happening, so let's try the other way. Yeah, well, yeah, a whole lot of nothing at the moment. Oh wait, no, we got system initializing, that's good. There you go, you can see it. Upside down though, but there you go. So my brother says it takes a while to initialize, so I'll probably put a cut here, and when it's at 100%, we'll see how we're going. Apparently it's got multiple games, and I may just take this glass off while it's loading up, so that way we don't have as much glare and you don't see me in the reflection. Alright, I'll be right back. It's been a few minutes, it's working, but as I was taking this glass off, you can see there's quite a lot of rust and dust build up in these parts that just haven't been touched in a long time. I still got to take these two clips off and then we can have this glass off properly, but the game looks like it's working. So if we go player 1, do we get any working? I'm not getting any inputs over at player 1. It does have a coin operator here. I don't know if it actually needs coins to operate more. Oh. Okay, we got some credits here, that's good. So it seems to be on free play, which is good. We've got quite a few games going on here. We got Dig Dug, got 10 pages of stuff. Wow, look at that, all these things. What's this one here? Oh, iCade. Okay, we'll try Pac-Man. Well, I'm alright with Pac-Man, but you know, this game seems to be working perfectly fine, you know. Yeah, up, down, works, left, yeah. So it looks like this joystick seems to be working. Oh, yeah. Oh, almost got 8. It seems to be working perfectly fine in my mind. Well, waka wakaing, very good. It's not the greatest response, but you know, it still works. Oh, I got it. Alright, well, we're going to call it there anyway, so that's good. I'm going to cut here. Hopefully Pac-Man will be fully dead by then, and the glass will be off, and we'll see if we can get some of the 2-player games working. It does have a second player over there. I just got to make sure I don't lose any of these parts. So I'm going to get a pot with something to put them in. So we got all the clips off now, so this glass is not touched by anything at the moment. And we are going to take it off very gently. Seems to be quite easy to move, which is good. We can see the LCD screen a bit closer. If we can get you in the edges there, look at that. You can see it's just a generic TN panel by the looks of it. It's LCD, I can see the light array, and I may be able to pixel count it. Looks like 720p-ish, I'm guessing. Alright, now let's see if we can find a game that involves pressing a button to shoot. Okay, we got our little ship flying in. Okay, that button doesn't shoot, that button doesn't shoot. We go left and right. What about player 1 button? No, okay, so obviously one of these 3 buttons here aren't working on the board itself. Now I want to see if we can work out if there's anything wrong with the player 2 side. now that we've got this black screen though, we can actually see some smudges. So clearly someone has touched this in the past when the glass was off and left all these smudges. So it wasn't me. So I can clean it up, no problem. No problem. If we head over to player 2. Okay, player 2 doesn't have any control either by the looks of things. Just got left and right here. Alright. I don't know if we got a reset button here. What if we hold this? Will it reset? No. Okay, that means the reset button is probably in one of these boxes here. We also got some mold on the thing that we'll have to clean up later. My brother said he's found the key for this, so we'll put that in when he arrives. But for now we're kind of screwed because we got no way to stop this game and I can't exactly fly forward to die faster, so I think that's where we're going to stop for now. I will try and test out the player 2 buttons, but I'll do that off camera. And then once we have that key, we'll see what we got behind this panel here, which I think is going to be the main board panel. And then I'll also take these screws off here and see if we can see the daughter panel underneath this little section here, and if we can do anything with that in order to fix these from working. Now this is just one of 2 that we have to look at and fix, but we'll save this one here for later. I want to try and focus on one first, and then once we know how one's working, how it all works together, we go work on the second one. Alright, I'll see you guys soon when we cut right here. Alright, so I opened up the controller side panel here, and immediately what happened, that other thing came out, these 2 buttons fell out. So obviously someone's been in here before trying to fix it, and I noticed that a lot of this cabling is just loose, like this bit right here, completely not attached to the actual circuit itself. This one here has one that's not attached. This one seems to be missing one altogether by the looks of it. And there's also a cut right there. So that could be why these 3 buttons aren't working at all. So I'm gonna have to try and get a replacement thing for going onto these so it actually works, so it looks a bit more complete, like this button here. This is the start button, and this is the joystick. And so when it touches any of these, it completes the circuit, going left, right, up, down, and they all seem to be plugged in correctly. So the reason why I think someone else is in here, because these 2 things should be screwed onto these. And the fact that they weren't means that someone's gone in here and unscrewed it to try and fix it at some point. We also got these little metal pieces. I don't know exactly what they're from. I don't know if they're parts of these things that broke off, but it doesn't look like it. So we'll see how that goes. I also tested the other machine that's out there, and I found out that the player 1 joystick wasn't working, but player 2 joystick was working, and it was actually doing the proper switch in and out. So this should be fairly easy to fix, because I think these parts still work fine, they just need to be reattached. This is the one I'm most concerned about, because this is all absolutely loose, and that means I have to shove it back into the receptor here thing, so it actually sends the information to the motherboard in here, wherever it is. But that's all pretty easy to fix. I don't know how the other side looks. I could Frankenstein the other side and find out what's going on there. And we also have this weird powder here. I don't know what it is. I'm not game to taste it. I ain't no cop from the 70s, So yeah, that's where we're at right now. I still don't have the lock to open up these for my brother, but I think I've made good progress to actually understand what needs to be done to fix these machines. Because this should be pretty easy to fix, assuming that this severed cable here isn't actually anything important. I feel like it might be, because I feel like that might be the in sequence for all of these, because I noticed that the cables sort of all go from one to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. But that should be easy enough to fix if it's just tying some copper lines together and just twisting them together and putting some duct tape over it, or electrical tape. That's the inside in there. Let's see if I can turn the old flashy light on. That won't let me do it while I'm recording. Let me just, there we go. Okay, what do we got going on here? So that looks like the power supply there. That looks like the power board inside, which seems to have American sort of plugs. That looks like the screen uses VGA. Takes power from down there. Not sure where the board is. That's the coin jack. That's the free thing. And that's the other side. I can't see if there's anything unplugged. It seems pretty good. It's all got the black rings attached. So that's good. I'm not sure where the motherboard is, but there's the speakers, tweakers. Looks like there's something here. Okay, so that might be the motherboard right there, but I can't see it from my angle. I have to see it from the other side. I see there's also a cable cut on the white one there. I don't know if you can see that because I can't actually see what I'm filming right now, but hopefully you can see it. Okay, and that's obviously meant to be the coin holder right there, where you put coins in, they end up there. And we have a go to the haunted house card. Isn't that nice? Alright, heading out of that. So we made some progress. Yeah. These were surprisingly long screws. Where'd I put them? Put them over here. They were this. They were very long. They go all the way in here. Alright, cutting here. Hey everyone, we are continuing to work on a machine. I'm doing the second one, which I hadn't done any major work to before, but when I checked it, the only thing that was wrong was one of the button cables were cut, so I just had to solder them on and all the buttons worked. Now what we're trying to do is reset the system so that we can reset it up, and by doing that we need to adjust these dip switches here on the PCB. And so I've set them all to what I think is on, but I'm not 100% sure which way is on, which way is off. So the only way we can do that is by testing. Like, I feel like on's meant to be up the top there, so I'm going to try pushing them all to the on position, and then when we turn it on, hopefully it will go into service mode, which means we can then adjust all the settings one by one for each game and adjust the difficulty and whatnot. So hopefully that turns it on. There we go. So can we have any control going on here? So this is the next dip switches. Hopefully I can give you a bit more. So the problem with this is I need to look at my phone in order to see all the different codes that I need, and I can't do that while recording. But can I do this? Whoa, 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 go back. Okay. You can see all the games here. Okay, they're all on. Okay, now hopefully if I swap those switches back, it should just work. Here is the manual. So what we want is we want screen orientation flip to be on. We want display mode CRT to be on. High score server to be on. And system mode to be off. Unsure on how to get the sound to operate. So it could just be that the speaker wires aren't plugged in, but I've gone through the setup now again, it might just work. So setup okay. Alright, let me head in here. I flip this switch while on. Will it start? No, I gotta turn it on and off. Okay, that's easy enough to do. I might be able to just do it right here. That turn it off. That turn the screen off. That turn the screen off. Okay, that's fine. That's the screen off button. I also have to turn off over here. Okay. Off. 1, 2, 3, 4. On. Right. It's doing its initialization. I am concerned. It feels like player 2 and player 1 have swapped there, but I'm sure it's fine. For some reason player 2 is now player 1. I'm not entirely sure what that's about. Let's see if we can... So that's preview. Press 2 buttons, that's also preview. So if I press any of the buttons, it goes to preview. I press start, it goes to start. Can I add more credits here? Okay. And then okay. So now it's player 1 shooting, but hasn't done the swap thing. Which means... Alright, I worked out what I was doing wrong. I was flipping the switch that flips the screen, thinking that's what makes it flip for each player wanting to play. But in reality, that's not what it does at all. So now that's on proper mode, I can press 2 player and have 2 player start. And then when player 1 dies, we're on the right hand side now, so it's not longer flip, so it's right. I die here, and it should flip the screen to the other side for player 2. Look at that. Everything is now sorted. And we've got the extra lives, the monsters aren't moving crazily fast anymore, and this thing is now ready to go back, except for this door isn't being put back on. So my plans are now to clean up inside, it's all very dusty, and I want to put a fly screen to sort of cover up these little grates, so that way people don't shove stuff in it anymore, and that way inside will stay cleaner for longer. This dust will never of course be stopped because it's dust, and so that just needs to be given a good old wipe out and we're good to go. So this machine is good, it's all set up, all the buttons work, and fantastica. That just leaves the other machine. Now the other machine needs a lot more work, but I have bought the new wiring loom So we can replace the entire wiring loom on this baby here. And once we do that, they will both be done, good, and ready to be sold or sent back to their maker. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video when I replace the wiring loom. Bye bye.